Okay. One couple of others from the Speak and Grow also people are supposed to join. I think I have to fry our Speak and Grow members a little bit. They're not being attentive in the meetings. Okay. So Rajeshwari ma'am, please take it away at sharp 6 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to just turn it into speaker mode. So much of silence before the storm.
So, good evening, President, Toastmasters, and our guests and the guest speakers. I'm the Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, the Sergeant at Arms, and I welcome all of you to 167th meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. Today's our theme is cheese. So I welcome you all by saying, just say cheese and yeah, and keep smiling throughout, because I'm wondering what would Swarnalata speak on this. And I want all the guest speakers to elucidate the topics that the word of the day is elucidate. So I would like to listen to all the guest speakers too. And as a Sergeant at Arms, I would just like to tell you the ground rules of the meeting. First one, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. Second point is, please do not cross talk. Put yourself on mute if you're not speaking and avoid any background noises. Third point is, please turn off your videos if you're stepping out of the meeting, or if any distracting moments are there in your video. So without wasting any more time, let me welcome our charming president and the Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar. Carry on forward.
So much. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for our very, very magical Toastmaster, Dr. Rajeshwari. I mean, it's always every single time she's taking up this role, she just carves out her own creativity. Okay, so meeting number 167. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bang my hand literally on my hand to formally open the meeting. The other day, I was just going through my whole practice session, listening to the different world champion of public speaking winning speeches, with the contest season roping in the table topics and the international speech contest in our district. I was amazed on how significant every single minute detail matters. As I was going through, I just realized, I mean, how amazing these speakers are. But there's always a pattern to the madness. And that pattern is so simple. They have been consistent. They have been disciplined. And they've worked over and over and over and over again on themselves. That's why they are world champions. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the 2022 world champion is going to be from Speak Magic Toastmasters Club itself. Now, what is the Toastmasters? Again, Toastmasters is a volunteering organization that trains you on public speaking, leadership, networking. It was started by Ralph C. Smedley way back in 1938. It started with just one club with a couple of members, but right now there are more than 3.5 lakh members across 160 plus countries. It's crazy. The best part is that this is a platform where you literally have a family. And speaking about family, we got a lot of guests today with us, and let's just introduce and get a brief introduction. So here's what I would want all of you. Before we do that, I think we have a very, very special soul with us. Let's give it up for distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar sir, joining us all the way from yeah, there you go. The DTM Brahma Kumar sir, all the way from Singapore. So blessed to have you with us today, sir.
Thank
I mean,
you, Club President. Thank you.
it's such an amazing soul, and in fact, Brahma Kumar sir has given me the opportunity to present my stories in his YouTube channel. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I'm sure he will be sharing more about that with us today. So blessed to have you today, sir. Okay, let's just quickly get into the guest introduction. We got first Toastmaster Anupam Kumar, joining us all the way from Sprouts Toastmasters Club. So Anupam sir, could you please bless us, just give us a little bit about yourself and what is that one thing you're expecting from this particular meeting?
Yeah, so I think I'm attending. These are very initial days for me. I have joined very recently Toastmaster. I'm Anupam, and I'm from Ghaziabad. It is in NCR part of Delhi. So I'm from there. I have been working for last 17 years. I'm into marketing and sales. Okay, and I'm looking forward to learn many new things, which I'm sure I'll be getting all the test and texture of public speaking from all of you. So that's what I'm looking forward for. Yeah, thank you so much.
Amazing. Let's give it up for Anupam sir. I think you've got a lot of surprises in store for you in this particular meeting, I'm sure. Okay. Then I think we have Sanket. So Sanket, I want to know from which club are you joining us from, and just give us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So hi, good evening. So I'm not currently associated with any club. So I just joined. So basically, I joined my corporate club 2 years back, but I was not that active. So I did 5 to 6 meeting only.
Perfect. Okay, let's give it up for Sanket as well. I mean, we're hoping that you are going to be enjoying today's meeting, and we are hoping that you are going to be a member of our club as well. Definitely. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Next, we have Ritu ma'am. So Ritu ma'am, could you please bless us with your introduction? Yeah, I think you're on mute, ma'am. Yeah. I love the virtual. Is that a virtual background or is that your room?
No, it's my kids' room.
Whoa. Whoa.
Good evening. This is Ritu. This is my first day in this particular club, and I am also not associated with any of the other clubs. But before this pandemic, I used to go with Desert Pioneer. I'm in Kuwait. So Gayatri ma'am invited me in this meeting today. Yeah. So this is my first day. I'm looking forward to be with the club.
Amazing. Let's give it up for Ritu ma'am, everybody. I mean, Gayatri ma'am is someone we all love like anything. I mean,
Yes.
I address her as my genie. Every single time I need something, she is always there to give you whatever you need. Thank you so much. We're hoping that you're going to have a great meeting, and fingers crossed you're going to be a member of our club as well. Looking forward to have you, ma'am. Please do enjoy today's meeting. Okay. We will be hearing from Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari, who during the evaluation session. So that time we'll get to know more from her. We also have a guest, Nitika ma'am. So Nitika ma'am, could you please introduce yourself to us all?
Yes. First of all, a very good evening to everyone. And sorry for my bad voice. Before 5 minutes, I got to know about the meeting. So sorry for that. And so myself, Nitika Pal, I'm from Mumbai, Maharashtra. And by profession, I'm a teacher. So I have invited as a guest. So once I have attended this Toastmaster, so I want to learn more thing about it. So I thought let us join this and learn new thing from you all. So over to you, sir.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nitika ma'am. And we were hoping to see you, but I'm sure you're going to be participating full out. You're going to experience something crazy for sure in today's meeting. So please do enjoy. Okay. So that concludes our guest introductions. We will be back again for those of you whom we have missed, probably at the end of the meeting, for a feedback. Now, a couple of very quick announcements. The first thing is the membership renewals have started. And the membership fees that we have decided, it's the least ever that we have decided in our club. It's just 3,500. So what I would really encourage the members to pay the fees directly to either me or Navamita ma'am, who is our vice president membership. She's going to be getting in touch with all of you. Please do pay it on time, because if we pay our fees by the end of February, and we are able to deposit all the payments and stuff, then we will be eligible for an award by District 120. So please start paying your fees. Let's just enjoy our experience in the Toastmasters. The second, our club contest is going to be happening at the last weekend of February. So the international speech contest as well as the table topics contest, Swarnalata ma'am will be posting the details in the club group. So the members are encouraged to really participate fully. Okay, we want a full house. Everybody should participate. Win, lose doesn't really matter. The fact that you participate, it's going to be an experience of a lifetime. So please, please, please do. To make sure that you are completing, see, the basic minimum requirement of being in the international speech contest, you have to finish till your level 2, which is why we are opening up more and more speech slots so that you can get more opportunities and finish your levels and then participate in the contest. So please, when the message is being put up, make sure that you are participating full out. So a couple of more news. I think I did mention this before, but right now Speak Magic Toastmasters Club is blessed to have 2 TEDx speakers from the club itself. So that's a huge thing. Myself, Toastmaster Yogeshwari, and fingers crossed, a couple of more from our club is also going to pop up for sure, for sure. That's the kind of standards that we are hitting. And of course, the last but not the least, there are a couple of level completions. So we will be announcing the level completion awards. We felicitate all of them by bringing them back. We will be doing that in the upcoming week as well. Today, we have a very, very special session lined up, but more about it, well, in due course of time. Right now, I want to introduce someone very, very special. She is the Vice President Education of our club. But that's her XCOM role. What makes her so special, that she is an engineer. She is a corporate tycoon. She's a phenomenal mother. And she celebrated her anniversary just a couple of days back. And we just love her. We adore her. She's going to be enthralling us with a sensational theme as well, about which I'm very, very curious. Let's welcome the Toastmaster of the evening. Let's give it up for the very magical Toastmaster Swarnalata. Swarnalata ma'am, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you very much, President of Speak Magic Toastmaster Club. Dear Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear guests, I officially welcome you once again for 167th meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club, and it's my privilege to be your Toastmaster of the day. So even before I proceed about the topic, I just want you to some feedback. Someone can unmute and say, what do you think? What was the first thought that you got when you saw the theme is cheese? I got already Rajeshwari ma'am's thought. How about others? What is
food cheese, ma'am. The cheese that we apply in the sandwich, overloaded or cheese burst, all those things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're always a good foodie.
But mine was smile.
Huh?
Smiling nature.
Wow, great. You know, my topic of cheese is actually not at all what you thought. It is about something, it is a metaphor for something that we want in our life. We want to have our cheese, make our cheese and eat it too, right? And where do we get this cheese? Of course, in a maze called life, the maze called world, where every one of us is researching for our cheese. Everyone has a different cheese. I like Mozilla. You might like cheddar cheese. You don't like your cheese, but you like something like paneer. So it's all about what we want in our life. So let me tell you as a very small story, okay? Throughout the session, I'm going to tell you the small story, and then in final, I will tell you something else. So in the story, we have 4 different characters. 2 little mice named as Sniff and Curry, and 2 little men named as Hem and Ham. So they all were happily living in a world. So what they used to do is, early morning, they used to get up and then put their shoes and start running in search of their cheese into this big, large maze. So whenever they used to get a little bit of cheese, they used to happily eat and enjoy. One fine day, they found a large storage of cheese. The two mices and the two little men were so happy. They started eating the maize cheese every day. But these two characters have something in us. Two mices are something that is very simple nature of us. And the two men are always a complicated nature of the human brain that we have. So what happens is, these two mices have a regular pattern of getting up early in the day, go to the cheese station, observe the cheese, and eat, feel content, and they used to return. But these two complicated men always felt, oh, we have such a big maze of cheese. So they started slowly coming late to the station, eat the cheese. Sometimes they used to jump and fly on the cheese and play. And then there was like our life is settled. Now, even before I proceed to the story, let me ask you, where do you identify yourself? Are you those mices who are enjoying your cheese but yet having an eye on your cheese? Or are you those little men who are just comfortable in the position or the place that you are? This is a thought for you all before I continue my story, okay? Just ponder on this thought. Now, like every Toastmasters meeting has 3 different sessions. The first session is like a prepared sandwich. You, the prepared speakers, have the choice to choose the sandwich they want, the cheese they want, they stuff it, the mentor just checks whether it is eatable or not, and then they go ahead. And the second is like in those pizza shops where you just bite and you never know the cheese burst open into your mouth. Sometimes you end up only getting the rough bread. So that is what is table topic session, where a table topic master will be throwing a topic at you. Sometimes it's like, I know, I can't. A little clueless of what the topic is. Now, there is a final session, which is, however good cheese you choose, the cheese needs a little bit of heat, isn't it? The molten state is what we enjoy in cheese. So we have our evaluation session where the evaluators will come and give a little bit of heat on you so that you turn into a delicious cheese for others to enjoy. So this is about our Toastmasters meeting. So today, the first session, the prepared speech. Oh, before I go to prepared speech, I think I need to, give out the person who is going to have the team of member who's going to put a little fire on you. So I would like to call upon our own president, the most energetic and charming, Dr. Suryadeep Majender, to elaborate the role of general evaluator. Suryadeep, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Swarnalata ma'am once again. Very quickly, the role of a general evaluator is to evaluate the entire meeting right from the start all the way to the end. And that includes all the prepared speeches, table topics, the role players, and every single thing. Now, in order to do this particular task, we will obviously be having a phenomenal team who is there to help me out. And it's called as a TAC team. So, and the first TAC team member is somebody who is going to be blessing us with the role of the timer. As a timer today, we have Toastmaster Pravat. So I'm going to invite Pravat sir to kindly bless us with your role. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I got this opportunity. Thank you very much. And time and tide wait for none. And if you lose time, you lose life. We can't manage time because everyone is having 24 hours. We can't manage time. It will just pass on. We need to just manage ourselves. So in this, during your speaking slots, a prepared speaker is given 5 minutes to complete his or her speech. So, and a table topic speaker is given 2 minutes. For a prepared speech, the speaker would be shown a green light at a green flag at 5 minutes is completed, and when 6 minutes are completed, a yellow flag will be shown, and at the completion of 7 minutes, a red flag will be shown. Another grace of 30 seconds would be available to wind up the speech. And all are requested not to complete that mark, because that will render you to disqualify from the speech, which I don't want. And for a double topic speaker, the 1 minute a green flag will be shown, and on 1 minute 30 seconds a yellow flag will be shown, and at the end of 2 minutes a red flag will be shown, and you need to soon wind up the speech within 2 minutes. And I will submit my report when the general evaluator calls me for this. Thank you, and over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Prabhat sir. Let's give it up for Prabhat sir, everyone, the timer of the day. Now, straight away, we'll move on to the next role, which is called as the what I completely forgot what the role is all about. The R counter. I'm reminded. And as an R counter, we have the very dynamic, the very sensational Satya sir, who has a phenomenal background right now. I think he's sitting with his garden. So Satya sir, could you please bless us with your role?
So thank you, General Evaluator. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, and my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. We all need that critical feedback which helps us to improve. And this is the famous entrepreneur and founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, has iterated again, very importantly. We all agree. Now, filler words and crutches in a speech of the speaker creates hindrance and promotes loss of credibility. That means as a speaker, you fail to deliver the intention of the speech. So as my role as a counter today, I'll be focusing on observing three things. First is overuse words. How many times a speaker is using words like and, well, but, so, in his speech. I'll also focus on observing how many times filler sounds like are iterated. And also, I'll see how many times a speaker is using repeated words like I know that it is going to happen, something like this in his speech. And at the meeting end, when called upon by the general evaluator, I'll submit my report to this wonderful association of great people. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Satya sir. Always such a pleasure. How wonderfully he will describe every single thing in such a succinct and detailed, crisp. Yeah, apologies. Okay. Now our next role player is the English master. Wait, she's the English miss. And how much we will fall in love with this language called English if we have such a phenomenal grammarian to really bless us with. So let's bring up Toastmaster Bina Roy as our grammarian of the day. Bina ma'am, could you please bless us with your role?
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Do not be surprised when those who ignore the rules of grammar. This is a very wonderful quote, because to improve our communication, we need to improve our grammar too. Initially, we are not supposed to check grammar, but later we should keep on checking the correct usage of grammar. So as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen careful to their language usage. I will take note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So today's word of the day is elucidate. The meaning of this particular word is explain something clearly and easily, so to avoid confusion. For example, in order to make the student understand the concept of the properties in science, the teacher tried to elucidate some real life examples and experiments. Even I would like to add the phrase of the day today. The phrase of the day is by the book. The meaning is, I can give you some example with that. Doing something by the book means you strictly follow the rules and guidelines. So all the very best to the speakers, even the role players. I will be presenting my report when General Evaluator will call me. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Veena ma'am. Let's give it up for our phenomenal grammarian. How magically you elucidated the role. Absolutely amazing. Well, that's all from the evaluation team along with the TAC team. Now let's hand the session over once again to our very magical Toastmaster Swarnalata. Virtual podium is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Now, did you think about the story, the point that I left you? Now, let me go ahead with the story. What happened is, one morning, the two mice, Sniff and Curry, went to the cheese station. What? All the cheese were done. All the cheese were eaten. But then they were not surprised. Why? Because they already were monitoring the situation. They know that every day they were consuming something. So they immediately put on their running shoes and said, come on, buddy, it's time to go into the maze. They started going into the maze and even found a larger storage of cheese and started settling their home there. And now these two gentlemen slowly walked up to the station and then they saw the cheese gone. Do you know what they did? They used their complex brain. They said, what? We are entitled for this cheese. Who moved my cheese? How unfair is this world? What are they even thinking? I love my cheese. Hens started crying. Oh my God, how will I be eating? And every other day, they kept visiting the same cheese station, hoping that some new cheese magically appears there. Now, just think about it. How often do we keep looking at the closed door, thinking that it will open, it will open, it will open, without even trying to knock the door? This is just a thought for you. I'll continue with my story. So now, let us proceed with our next session. That is the first session, the prepared speech. So even before I call upon the first speaker, let me just call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. She is a visiting Toastmaster for our club from Dynamic Leaders Toastmaster. Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari, this podium is all about. Can you just introduce the objective of the speaker?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, my target speaker, Dr. Rajeshwari, is going to attempt her Level 3 Project 2 under Persuasive Influence. And her purpose of the project is to practice and deliver social speeches in front of the club members. She has to prepare a well-organized and well-delivered speech with appropriate content for the type of social speech. Timer, please note, the time duration is 3 to 4 minutes, and my best wishes for my target speaker. Over to you, TM.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. So our speaker for today is the most gorgeous and someone who takes her duty to utmost perfection. She is none other than our own Sergeant-at-Arms, Dr. Rajeshwari Repata. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rajeshwari Repata. Rajeshwari ma'am, the title, Gratitude is the Seed for Blessings. Gratitude is the seed for blessings. Rajeshwari Repata. Ma'am, the podium is all yours.
I remember when my kids were very small, I used to teach them gratitude by asking them to say thank you to any little offer which was offered, by any little favors which are offered by relatives or friends. My family members and relatives, they would say, oh, don't teach them to be so informal. It doesn't matter in the family, you know. They never wanted me to go by the book. Now, don't you think it matters? When was the last time you said thank you to your mother, father, sister, brother, spouse, or friends, or any random stranger? Sometimes we take them granted. We forget the importance of acknowledging their favors. We are not aware of the power of expressing gratitude. Let me elucidate it further. It makes our heart melt. It sends back positive energy and vibes. And let me say, gratitude is that seed which favors the growth of blessings. Have you ever experienced that? Once I saw a sign at an office that said, "Your mother doesn't work here. Clean up after yourself." Why do we even need signs like that? After giving it all a thought, I won't wait anymore. Just to convey my gratitudes and give a big thanks to all the Toastmasters present here in our Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. I may fall short of words to express my gratitude to my mentors, Toastmaster Yogeshwari, Toastmaster Swarnalata, and Toastmaster Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar. Yes, I remember my mentor, the incredible, sensational Toastmaster Yogeshwari. She was calling me up for the speeches and giving me guidance for the grammar and sentence formations. Sometimes just formal discussions with a mentor, it gives you such confidence and it lights us up. I have experienced it. I also remember how the ever charismatic Toastmaster Swarnalata made me practice my humor contest speech, Auntie in Sari. When I couldn't win the contest, then she consoled me with her very sweet words, and she gave me an excellent feedback of how I can do better in the next contest. I'm thankful to you, Swarnalata. And when recently I expressed my need for a mentor, our very own dynamic, charming young president, Dr. Suryadeep, came forward and extended his helping hand. Now, similar to Buddha's quote, when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. You all know that. We are about to do some wonders collaboratively, both Suryadeep and me. Yeah. How can I forget the pillars of our club, gentlemen, Toastmaster Anand sir and Toastmaster Rajesh sir? I spoke few times with them, and they were so cooperative, and they also cleared the silliest of my doubts. I'm very thankful to both of them. Also, my heartfelt thanks to our versatile and graceful young woman, Toastmaster Uma Natraj ma'am. She is the background support all the time whenever I have any doubts. Our bonding has become so beautiful that first, whenever she is in the meeting, when we are in the meeting, I'll just search for her in the participants list. I'm heartfully thankful to all my fellow Toastmaster buddies for giving me continuous support, cooperation, and boosting my morale by wishing me whenever I achieved something. Like suppose the Best Speakers Award or any award or anything. Yes, it is all the goodwill that makes me want to be associated with Speak Masters Toastmaster Club forever. And my gratitudes to everyone inside the club, outside the club, for my journey, not only in public speaking, but also in many other things, helping my growth. It gives me a feeling of closeness and warmth of a family. So a deep, heartfelt gratitude to all of you, a big hug and lots of gratitude. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Wow, what a wonderful speech, ma'am. What an elucidating speech. Thank you very much, Rajeshwari, ma'am. So before we proceed for the phenomenal session, I know you all are waiting for it, but then please allow me to tell a little bit of my story too, right? So what happens here is Hem and Ham keep coming back and see for the cheese, and they are very hungry, no cheese to eat. Then one day, Hem understood this is all the thing that the world has done. The world is cruel. But Ham had a thought, if I stay here in the maze without going in search, I will become extinct. So he tried to convince his friend, Come on, let's go and search the cheese. But then Ham was not at all ready. Then Ham decided and he started to move into the dark maze so in search of his cheese. And in that way, he was very unknown certainty. The future holds unknown. How it will be, what will be there? Will I be able to find the cheese or not? But then he wrote one clever line. If you don't change with change, there is a chance that you will become extinct. How many times in our life do we never take steps fearing the uncertainty? What will happen? What will happen? Will I succeed? What if I fail? How will people react to me? But the thing is, the thing about the uncertainty is just our imagination. Sometimes the worst is not in that has happened, just happening in your mind. So that is what Ham has realized and he started going into the maze. Later, I will let you know what happened to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on for the second session and the most awaiting session of today. Today, we have someone who has a vast knowledge on table, not only just on table topics, but he has been an example of how a Toastmasters can grow themselves in the career and in personality. Yes, we have among us triple DTM Brahmakumar. And when I thought like I'll introduce him with his CV, he has so much. But then when I saw his accomplishments and applause, there's so much that I thought I need one more long meeting for just to read out his CV. But just to say a few things about him, he is a champion division champion of table topics, evaluation contest, runner-up of international speech contest, champion of humorous speech contest. But then, is the awards the only thing that determines a person? I want to share here a little story. Don't worry, it is not about the mouse and the little man. This is about I was just new into the Toastmasters, probably completing my level 1 or level 2. I got an opportunity to evaluate Dr. Brahmakumar in one of the Malaysian clubs. And when I came to know that he is a triple DTM, I just asked him, sir, can you please change the speaker? How can I evaluate you? I still remember the answer he gave me. He said, Swarnalata, even we DTMs are human beings. Even we have a good speech day, a good or a bad speech day. And I love that there's someone as new as you to evaluate me. And what a humility. Just not that. At the end of the meeting, he just pinged me and asked, Swarna, are you okay with my speech? Or do you think I should repeat my speech? That completely blowed me down. How can someone who has achieved so much in Toastmasters asking me, do you want me to repeat the speech? I think that marks whenever we progress, humility is something that we need to carry with us. So without further ado, I'm not going to be in between you and the wonderful session. I want to just inform you this education session is not going to be for 30 minutes. It's going to be a full 1 hour session. DTM Brahmakumar will be taking you with a practical and theoretical session. So DTM Brahmakumar, the virtual podium is all yours. Timer, please note the timing is for 1 full hour. Okay. DTM Brahmakumar.
Can I record this session?
Yes, sir. It's already it's live in YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Swarnalata, for that wonderful introduction. What they say about an expert is one who knows more and more about less and less, which is why we are still discovering many new things in this world, new species of animals, plants, and even new planets, galaxies, and so forth. I would like to first of all thank the club president, Dr. Surya Deep, who is off the camera, and VP TM Swarnalata for giving me the opportunity to come and share my knowledge with you. I just need one favor from everyone. I consider every one of you as my brothers and sisters and friends. So please turn on the camera. Don't be shy. Yes, that's wonderful. Everyone turn on, unless you have a feeding a baby or anything like that, which prevents you from doing that. Let's all have fun. We're here to learn. I'm also here to learn. Now, I understand from your club president that he wants all of you members to take part in a table topic. That's a great president. That shows how much of enthusiasm he has, how much of faith and belief he has in you. Do you have that in you? That's the question. Even if you don't have it, by the end of my session, you should have it. Today, we shall cover overcoming fear, 5 elements of a table topic session, and thumb techniques. I'm trying to cover as many techniques as possible so as to prepare all of you for your club, area, division, and hopefully all the way to district contest. What is fear? Zig Ziglar explains it very beautifully. It's false evidence appearing real. Remember that. False evidence appearing real. For those of you who are students, the first time you took the exam, sorry, is there a background noise? Hold on. Just give me a minute.
There's a little bit of disturbance.
For those of us who have taken part in the examination, the first time was very scary, the first exam. But then we managed to carry on. Those of us who got married, the first day was very scary, but we carried on. Then when we became parents, it was scary, and so on. Every time, the first time, it's like that. But once you have go through it, you will find it's easier. So what do we need to do? Face everything and rise. The other explanation for fear is face everything and rise. And you are going to rise because I didn't say it. Dalai Lama said it. He said, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. So I would like all of you to become mosquitoes today. Can we do that? Yes, because you're going to do a lot of buzzing here. First of all, we need to understand what is the contest looking for, the judging criteria. It's not a secret. All of us can know. These are the areas. Let me go deeper into that. Content of a table topic should be 30%. So what are they looking at? How you start, how you continue, and how you conclude. There should be a purpose in your table topic and supported by illustration, facts, figures, and so on. Next, effectiveness, 25%. How does your response come to the audience? Were they able to understand you logically and clearly? Were you able to elucidate your ideas? How do you appear? Do you appear as a person with a power, with confidence oozing out of you, and to able to sell ice to the Eskimos or sand to the Arabs? Those are the 3 areas. Let us now go into the elements. First of all, listen to the topic. Confirm, except for contest and other places you can confirm. Because sometimes people have a different accent, foreign accent. Pause so that you can think about the topic. No need to rush into it immediately. You can pause for 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Tell your story and then end it. This is not a Tamil or Hindi serial, so don't have part 2, part 3. Just end the topic. The point where you started is where you should go back to and end it. And now, let us go to the fun part. The first technique is known as Oreo or prep. Opinion, reason, example, opinion, also meaning point, reason, example, point. And we have a wonderful person who will volunteer or will be volunteered by me, and thus is our senior member, Madam Uma Nadraj. Are you ready? And
Yes,
could I
sir.
request that you
I'll
spotlight
try.
her and me, if it's possible? The timing sequence, timer take note, 1 minute for green, 1 minute 30 minutes for yellow, 2 minutes for red, 2.5 minutes, and beyond the bell will be rung or someone will start singing. Timer, I know you have a good voice. All right, what is the topic for her? And this will be a demo by her. The topic for her is technology is a blessing, not a curse. Technology is a blessing, not a curse. Over to you. You may start now.
Is technology a blessing? Let me just ponder over it. The first time I remember watching a movie recently about the motion picture, which was created by Palke, the first movie maker of India. I was really awestruck. What an invention, the motion picture without audio, but the amount of effort he took to create that movie. He went all the way to UK, learned the technology, and then came back to India and created the movie Harishchandra. I was awestruck. Did he take so much trouble? And we are watching it with so much ease. Is it not wonderful? And then, with the corona now, 2 years staying at home, what are we doing? I was a person who was always interested to go out, meet people, connect with them. But then, over these 2 years, I have realized I can stay at home and also do useful things. Be it YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, attending webinars, conducting webinars, digital selling, whatnot. I have learned so many things. All this only by the use of technology. So, is not technology a blessing? And sitting at home, we can do so many things. Just at the click of a mouse, I can transfer amount to the bank. I can know what is the balance in the bank. Everything. I can transfer money to somebody. I can do so many things. This is all possible only with technology. I'm grateful to technology. And now we are able to listen to educational session of Brahmakumar, DTM Brahmakumar from Malaysia. And we are sitting in the comforts of our home. And we are able to attend Toastmaster sessions all over the world. This is all possible only with technology. Can I go to Malaysia or Singapore or US and attend Toastmaster sessions just at the click of a mouse? I have to travel all the way, is it not? But now I'm doing it just sitting in the comfort of my house. So I definitely feel that technology is a blessing indeed. What about you, Toastmasters?
Thank you, Toastmaster Uma Nadraj. Very beautifully said. Now, as I was talking to Madam Uma this afternoon to ask who are the guinea pigs for today's session, he suggested a few names. And one of them today started the meeting very beautifully. So I shall call her. Timer, you can take off the timing device now. And she is the lady who's going to ask us to take pictures later because she's going to say the magical word, cheese. And who is she? Yes, our Toastmaster of the day. Her topic is very, very interesting. It also is related to cheese. The topic is cheese is the glue that holds my life together. Cheese is the glue that holds my life together. Over to you, Toastmaster Swarnalata.
Yeah, it's me, Dr. Rajeshwari. Toastmaster Rajeshwari.
Oh, so sorry. I was referring to the Toastmaster of the day, Swarnalata. Sorry, who gave the, was it Rajeshwari who gave the cheese? Sorry?
Yeah.
The theme.
Theme was Swarnalata's.
Yeah. I'm calling her. I'll call you later. I've got something for you. Hold on. Toastmaster Swarnalata.
Mama, I have a doubt. What? Tell me, son, what's your doubt? Mama, what is doubt? What? These are the situations that often crop up in my life where frowning and scolding doesn't serve my purpose. My son is growing up, right? You see? So, cheese and always keeping a smile, saying that, hey, what a great question, dear. Yeah, just now, how you asked me when you don't understand? That is cheese. That is a doubt. That is the only way I am left with him. Do you think I'm a smart mother or do I have any chance? But let me elucidate. When we face difficult situation and your boss is right in front of you and tells, hey, you didn't complete this project, what do you think? Can I shout at him? But all I can do is show my cheese and say, yes, I understand, sir. It's extremely important. How about you give me just 10 minutes? I'll set this all right. Then the frowning boss also doesn't get an opportunity to scold me, right? He then immediately says, okay, 10 minutes, huh? Just 10 minutes. In life, cheese and smile is the only glue that can keep your life together. Try about wherever you get an opportunity, try to smile. Give that smile to others so that whenever you are in a difficult situation, even in a very tough task, when you try humor into your life, I think that is how you sail through. Think about those hard moments in life when you don't have no other thing, but you need to stand up for yourself. If you could just relax your muscles and just try smiling, even if you fake a smile, it changes because they say our anatomy changes our mental attitude. So I keep smiling all the time. How about you, table topic master?
Wow. That's a very wonderful way of putting it across. Now, our club president of Magic, Speak Magic, has a lot of ideas and his vision. He is going to share that with us. So the topic for you is that Speak Magic Toastmasters Club is going to produce the next world champion of public speaking. That is your topic. How would you handle that? That's your topic.
All around. Thunders and lightning striking. The stage is all set. And suddenly there's fire everywhere. Why? Suddenly, people have realized somebody has literally set the stage on fire. It all begins with this whole initiative, the whole idea of preparation. Preparation for a vision that begins with a dream. Now, I remember a time when I was going through this particular episode of being in the audience and observing all this entire episode happening right in front of my eyes. The speaker somehow still walks through the fire, comes and delivers his sensational speech. The judges are all holding their breaths because they have to minutely observe every single detail of the speech. Already 6 speakers have spoken before this gentleman. But then he walks in amidst the fire, literally creates absolute chaos for the judges. You see, at the end of the day, it's always about impressing those unique set of judges. That's what The world champion of public speaking told me when I walked up to him after his win to know the secret because I want to be that champion. Little did I realize I was looking at myself talking directly to me. Of course, the splash of water came in and I realized I was dreaming. But was it really a dream? Or was it a direction? The legendary Mr. Praveen Vadalkar, my mentor, has said, if it's a dream, you go back to sleep. If it's a goal, you better come in front of the camera and start talking. That's how you turn dreams to a reality. That's my take on the topic. What about you, dear Table Topic Master?
Amazing, amazing. So this seems like a contest today. Let's move on. From the master storyteller, what is the next technique that we need to share or learn? It's, of course, storytelling. Storytelling is another technique that you can use in table topics. You know of the story of the hare and the rabbit and the tortoise. They won. The rabbit won. That was part 2. There's a part 2 to it. The rabbit will call the tortoise for second round. This time he will win. Then there's part 3. The tortoise will call him, let's go for a swim. The tortoise will win this time. Then the two of them sat down on a round table and had a discussion. Why must we always be competing? Let us join forces. So they went for a biathlon, run and then swim. So when it came to running marathon, the tortoise was on top of the rabbit. The rabbit carried the tortoise and won. Then later when it was swimming time, the rabbit sat on top of the tortoise and they won. So at the end of the day, it was a win-win situation. So my corporate leaders, can't we use the same approach in our organization? A simple technique called storytelling transforms into a corporate environment where you teach a lesson. And to teach us more lessons from stories, we have all the way from Kolkata, Toastmaster Jayati Datta. Are you there? Oh yes, she is the master storyteller and she is going to tell us a story. She is going to tell us a story centered around the topic of success. Success. That's the topic. You need to use the storytelling technique to explain the topic.
Okay, I have 2 minutes, right?
Yes, 2.5 minutes.
Okay. Can't see the timer. Can you please spotlight the timer? I can't see the timer.
Can that be done?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, sir. I'll stop it. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, may I begin?
Yeah.
I was this happy-go-lucky, happily married woman, spending my life within these 4 walls. Happily cooking, making the bed, going about my household chores. And then it all came to a standstill when I lost my husband. I had by default become the sole earning member of the family. Where were we earning our bread and butter? It was in our nursing home. So I decided to go visit. The first 3-4 days, I came back. I just looked at the building from up and down. It was so intimidating. I came back home. Then finally I decided, Jayati, this is your bread and butter. You buck up. Better. Do it, otherwise there's not going to be any food on the table. So I went back. And there are 7 steps to the entrance of my nursing home. And when I reached the nursing home, I saw there were around 15 people standing there. As I took the steps and went down to the nursing home, I was rudely told to go back because according to them, I was unqualified, incapable, and a widow. How can she enter, let alone run it? Something immediately snapped in me. I turned around and looked at the speaker. In a calm and strong voice, I told him, I own this place. And I'm the person who's going to run this place. If anybody has a problem with that or refutes that, can walk out right now. With these words, I entered my nursing home. And it has been 9 years, my friends. I single-handedly and successfully run my nursing home. And I have always been close to my patients, and that is how I run the place. Although I'm not a medical person, I don't have any medical background, I'm in my nursing home, no matter what, looking after the patients, looking after their needs, the people over there who are working, looking after them. So this is my story of success, my friends. What is yours? Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Now, let us move to another technique. It's known as the pendulum. The pendulum, as we all know, it moves in two directions. So when you come to a topic, agree, speak on the pros, the merits, and then disagree, speak on the cons, the demerits, and then come to a neutral ground. That way, you have more scope and your speech will differ from the other speakers in a table topic contest. So here's a question, and I'm looking for a married man. Just a minute. I think the timer is a married man. Can someone take over him? Can someone take over as a timer?
Yes, I'll take over as a timer, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Pravat, Toastmaster Pravat, one day your wife comes home and buys a sari, asks you to buy a sari, or she buys a sari and say, "This is for me, this is for my mom." And then the magical question: who among us looks wonderful in this sari? And that's where you use your Toastmaster skill. How do you handle that? How do you handle that? I'm sure you would have handled that.
Wow, you look so beautiful. I would ask my wife after just getting a look of how she had adorned the new board site. You look really fantastic. This is one of your best collections I have seen in recent months. But my mother looks even more smarter and better than you. There's no comparison. But both of you look awesome. But mom is mom. There is no comparison. And there is no need to compare. You adorned on a new shari. Both of the saris look almost similar. And you just cannot think of when you also grow up of her age, you also look more beautiful. That is the beauty of the aging, the beautiful way of aging. Let's not compare. Be happy with whatever you have. So I am here not to comment on you, but both of you look beautiful, but mom looks more beautiful. And is it mine or yours? Doesn't matter. Moms are always more beautiful than you. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you. To add, there's another way to handle this. Mom, when you are coming to my house, towards my house, when you're walking towards me, solid. Or you can turn it the other way, whoever you want to visit you more often. So in this case, should be wife. As you're walking towards me, you look so wonderful. And then you tell your mother, as you're walking away from me, you look wonderful. So mom won't visit you so often. Even if she does, she'll go home quickly. But your wife will stay with you for a long time. So this is another way you can approach it. Now, some people are asking me, why do you call it tickling table topics? Are you going to tickle the feet of the speakers? I said, I'm going to add a bit of fun there.
Sir, you're on mute. Ramakumar, sir, you're on mute.
And the fun continues. We look at other topics. This is the topic that I wanted to give our Toastmaster Rajeshwari, Dr. Rajeshwari. I'm not sure if you're a medical doctor, or if medical doctor means even more better because this is a scientific question. The question that many men are also asking is, are men a dying species? Are men a dying species?
A beautiful question. Are men a dying species? You all know history repeats itself. You have seen that a species dominates and takes over the species which is weaker. So there is a dominant and recessive, as Darwin has suggested. And this dominant species takes over the recessive species, and again, a dominant species, more dominant, that dominant species evolves. This is what has been happening since ages, if you have studied history. So when you have asked me the question, are men a dying species? Of course, I would say, because the women are taking over the men. Of course, a state will come when men will again take over women and women will be happy in the position which were there in the previous stages. So this cycle goes on and the history repeats itself. Of course, the men are a recessive product nowadays. So they are the dying species. So never to be unhappy about it. Your turn will come. That's all. What do you say, Toastmasters?
Thank you. Now I shall go to another technique. Before that, timer, you need to take out the timer. There's this phrase used in neuro-linguistic programming. It's called, your map is not their territory. And the example they give is about the blind man and the elephant. They touched different part of the elephant and said it was a tree, a rope, a snake, a wall, a fan, and a spear. And as Toastmasters, if we can look at all these perspectives and bring it into a speech, whether it's a table topic or even an actual international speech, you have more scope to speak on. So the next few topics will center around that. There is also an example of a man traveling on a train in Singapore, and he saw a group of children running around all over the place and the father keeping quiet. So he's wondering what happened to this man? Why is he like that? How can he let these children make so much of commotion? So he went to the man and asked him, what's happening, sir? Is there anything wrong? And then the man said, I'm just wondering how to tell these children that their mom has passed away. Their mom has passed away 30 minutes ago. So immediately this man realized that he had made a wrong assumption about him, that he did not realize that there could be something else on his mind. So when we do contrast, we can look at two different point of views. Here is an example, apples and oranges. Oranges are tropical fruits. They have a thick skin, they came to Europe from India. And then apple is grown in moderate to tropical, subtropical climate. It has thin skin and it came out of Turkey. So if we look at speeches and we look at topics like that, how can we go forward? Is there any guest who would like to try it out?
Smriti, the guest Smriti is ready to take on.
Oh, Toastmaster Smriti, okay. Because some of them haven't turned on their camera, so I can't really see clearly. And this time I'm going to make it a bit more exciting. The timer, I need you. Every 30 seconds, say the word switch. I'll say switch, and you need to take note. So this will be for 2.5 minutes or so. So there'll be two people here because it's comparison. So will be Toastmaster Ritu. Is there a Toastmaster Ritu here? Is she there? Toastmaster Ritu, are you able to speak? With Toastmaster Smriti.
Yes, I am able to
Okay.
hear you, but better I will try it in the next meeting. This
All right,
is my
fine.
first meeting, so
Okay, no worries,
I
no
will
worries.
try.
How about Bina Roy? Would you like to try with Smriti? Toastmaster Bina Roy, are you able to speak?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Smriti, can you also turn on your microphone? The topic is Veena, you seem younger than Smriti. I hope I'm not mistaken. So your
No,
topic.
no. The topic you are giving to me, this one.
It's a topic that
Or
both of you are going to speak on. One of you will say for it, another one will say against it. So the topic, I'll put it here first.
Okay.
May I intervene, Brahmakumarji DTN?
Yeah.
In fact, this topic will also be for 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes. So every 30 seconds, you just say switch, and then they'll speak among themselves, right? We'll switch around. So the topic is: I would rather be a child than an adult my whole life. Smriti, you can speak on the point of a child, that you'd rather be a child, and when the timer says switch at 30 seconds, Veena will take over and say she'd rather be an adult, and we'll go on like that for 2 minutes. Once it's 2 minutes, the timer will say time's up. Timer, is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's start with Smriti. Rather be a child than an adult.
I think you are not
You're not,
audible.
you're not audible.
You're not loud enough.
You're not loud enough.
Is I'm audible now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
fine.
Yes,
Can I start?
yes, yes.
Smriti, you are a grown-up girl. Behave. Is this the way to behave in front of guests? Mama, I want to play out, but you want me to sit with them? I don't want to sit with them. I want to play out. Many a times it happens in our life that we have to forcefully accept what our parents want because they want us because we are child.
Switch.
If the things what we want is childish.
Switch.
Yes.
I'm not audible or audible.
No. We are saying
It's
switch.
30 seconds is
Veena's turn
over.
to speak.
So Beena will talk. After 30 seconds, again, you have to continue.
Okay. So it will be for or against. Like I'm a child, or I have to talk about like I'm an adult.
Talking about adult.
Adult.
Rather be an adult than a child.
Yeah. Wow, it's really wonderful, Beena. You are an adult now. Do you remember when you were a kid, you had so many dreams in your eyes? You really wanted to accomplish, right? But just because of few problems, financial problems, somebody used to control you. You could not able to accomplish those dreams. But now you have everything. You are grown up now. You are more than 18 plus. You can achieve whatever you want in your life. And this is something wonderful.
Switch.
Just glitter in the sky of stars make me laugh, and having the best meal served makes me happy. I want to be a child only. I don't want to be in such situation where everything I'm on stress. I have a burden to do this and that. I want to be a child who is always smiling and living the life the way I want for myself, because I'm not going to take birth as Smriti.
Switch.
There is a reason why I want to become an adult. When I was a kid, I was controlled by many. I had a dream to accomplish, to become a singer, but I can earn, even I can help people. There are so many family members in my family, my maternal uncle, they are so poor.
Which
I was a child, always everybody tell me, you are a very serious girl. You are a very serious girl. I am on that ventilator who is serious in condition. No, I am not. I am a girl who wants more and more happiness, because life is to live it, not to be cry for the things you don't have. Why not be happy for the things you have, like my hair, big and long?
I don't think we have time anymore, right, timer?
Yes, it's time, sir. 2 minutes over.
Okay, very nicely done. Now, if you added both their comments together, you have enough for 2.5 minutes for a contest. So no more excuses to say that you can't speak for long. All you have to do is switch around 2 ways. Now we have a foreign talent here. Toastmaster Philippa Changata from Africa. Are you still here? Are you able to speak?
I can speak. I'm not sure about my network. That's why I wasn't volunteering. My network is a bit dicey.
Yeah, we'll try.
It's on and off.
I'll give you just one topic, but it won't be a switch. Right, you try your best. And the
Correct.
rest of us, let us welcome her. She's come all the way from the African continent. She
Zimbabwe.
belongs to a women's club. Right. Malawi, yes, Malawi. Thank you. All right.
I'm from Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Zimbabwe.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. And her topic is very interesting. Something that all of us are struggling at home every day when we go to work with kids. Your question is that fast food is better than home cooked food. Fast food is better than home cooked food. Over to you.
Fast food. I would like to agree with you, actually, that it is better than home cooked food. My reason? I'm a busy woman. I'm always on the go. I have children, I have work, I have housework, I have Toastmasters. I mean, hello, who has time to cook? I can just go into the nearest fish and chips place or the chicken. There's variety too, after all. So there is no problem as far as the variety of the food that is provided. I can just choose a different place to go to. I know you'll tell me all about the fat and the fact that it is not healthy. Once in a while, I'll give myself time to cook. But during the week, believe you me, fast food, the way to go. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Now let's call Timer. Do we have time for 2 more speakers?
Yes, I'm fair.
Yes. Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. I think she's around, but I couldn't see her. Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari, can you turn on your...
Yes,
yes. I make it very simple for you. Okay, before that, I want to share with you all a technique known as cause and effect. Cause and effect. What does cause and effect means? I give you very simply. We know that the apple landed on Isaac Newton's head and he discovered gravity. So one day my naughty son asked me, what if a coconut had fallen on his head? And then I said, he would have discovered Panadol because he would have got a headache. And then he didn't let go. He asked, what if this thorny fruit called the durian fall on his head? And then I said, he probably would have discovered head helmets. Oh, the advantage of being a Toastmaster is that you know how to handle such questions from children at home. So the next series of questions will be all about if. And your question is very, very current. If COVID-19 had not happened, what will you say?
It was a regular day. I was going to a gym, coming back, taking care of my other activities. I was running in the morning, preparing breakfast, lunch, packing the lunch for my kids, doing all my tasks. Evening, I'm having my regular classes. I was not able to see what my daughter is doing. I was not able to see what my daughter likes, what the game she loves. March 20, 2019. A complete lockdown was announced due to COVID-19. And that day, I was not able to think what will happen. Everyone was sitting in our house. It looks as if the whole world is shut. The whole world was frozen. I can't see a soul outside my house. What will we do? Can I get the milk next day? The vegetables will only last for 2 days. Okay, I can manage with the groceries. My daughter came. Mom, can we play snake and ladders? I was surprised at the question. That day, me, my husband, my 2 daughters, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, all 6 of us sat together and played snake and ladder. I understood, learned what my daughters love. I learned who their friends are. I learned what are their hobbies. And I learned so many things. If COVID-19 had not happened, I might have missed a very crucial time or a very important family time with my daughters. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. And the final speaker today is Karishta. Karishta, are you able to turn on your video and speak?
I can speak, but I'm unable to turn on my video. Is that okay?
Sure. Which country are you from?
United States.
Wow. We have a foreign from USA gracing us. And your topic is, if World War II had not happened. And then you keep on talking about that. If World War II had not happened.
If World War II had not happened, that's an interesting question. If it's okay with you, I'd like to comment on the previous if question. If COVID had not happened. If COVID had not happened, I would not have noticed that I needed to remodel. I needed to attend to my house. March 2020, I noticed that there was water leaking in at the side of one of my walls near the window. I started sitting there to go on to online meetings. If COVID hadn't happened, I wouldn't have been sitting there to realize the wall needed to be repaired. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if COVID hadn't happened, I wouldn't have realized that I needed to paint my kitchen. Prior to COVID, I would always be on the go. I wouldn't be home at all. By the way, please pin the timer for me. I'm always on the go. I'm home, I'm at work, I'm at Toastmaster meetings in person. I'm there, I'm on vacation when it's holiday times. I cannot see the timer, sorry. I'm always on the go, but because of COVID, I was home more, I was cooking more, and I realized there was grease on the walls. There was grease on the cabinet. I needed to paint the walls. I needed to replace my cabinet. And I ended up remodeling my kitchen. Right now, in fact, later on today, thank you for that question. If COVID hadn't happened, I would have realized I needed to attend to my place. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You quietly evaded the World War II question, but it's okay. We are all here to learn. And the final speaker we are going to call is Toastmaster Mukta. Are you there? Toastmaster Mukta, are you able to speak on a topic and turn on your video? Hi.
Hi. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you from India also?
I am from India only.
All right. Then this
You
topic is
you exclaimed American bow, no? You should say cheer up Indians also.
yeah. Jai Hind. Okay, now your question is from Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "There's enough in this world for man's need, but not enough for man's greed, greed. There's enough in this world for man's need, but not enough for man's greed." Over to you.
This is a very interesting question. In fact, it is okay that we all have something we are taking from earth, water, air, and everything we have. Nature has provided us everything in a very proportional and in a very beautiful way for our needs, but not for greeds. Now, in today's environment, I would like to link COVID is one of the cause which greed has brought it. Upliftment in the environment is due to greed only. If we will be satisfied with our needs only, everything will be like before, and we will have ample resources also, economics also, and for future generations also, we will have enough of everything. So we should more stress on need. And in words of Mahatma Gandhi, if you look at his dress and everything, it was sufficient. By dress also, he was satisfied with his dhoti, kurta, and chakra, and everything was done in a very proper way. Now, so many dress equipments are there, still we are not satisfied. So, accessories has to be limited to our needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukta. Today we learned 5 different techniques. And the final word from me is what Dr. Abdul Kalam said before. If you fail, never give up. Because fail means first attempt in learning. And it's not the end. In fact, it means effort never dies. And if you get no as an answer, remember, no means next opportunity. So those of you who couldn't get a chance to speak today, come for the next meeting and you will have a chance to speak. With that, I end my session today. I hope you've learned enough. Like I said, each of these techniques can be used at a table topic session or contest. There are many other techniques. Due to the constraint of time, I was only able to share so much. I thank all the 10 speakers for coming forward to speak. And now you're going to have a wonderful time choosing who's the best among them and to vote as the best table topic, Mr. Speaker. Before that, the timer, can you just say whether everyone qualified for the time? And I hand you back to the Toastmaster of the day, TM Swarnalata.
So can you just tell if all the speakers are qualified for the time? Just orally.
Yes, all are qualified. In case of Bina and Shriti, because it was a twin,
that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
So that may be allowed.
Yeah. Dear Toastmasters, I have posted the link in the chat. Please do vote for the best table topic speaker. We have Toastmasters and also the guests separately. So please do vote for them. And wow, what a session. I hope all of us are ready for the contest. And I think by the March contest, the end of this month contest, we are going to have a lot of our members participating. Before I proceed further, if any one of you have some questions, you can ask DTM Brahmakumar. The floor is open for 5 minutes. You can just ask your questions. Anyone has any questions on the techniques or any doubts? Yeah, President has a question.
Yes, Brahmakumar sir, first of all, what a sensational session. So much of learnings. I have this I'm always very curious. What are we supposed to do? Let's just say I got a topic, but I'm completely blank. I have absolutely no idea what to speak about, which story and all that to include. So how do I take up the topic and how do I really speak for at least 1 to 2 minutes?
One good practice we should all adopt is to give a repository of quotations. The more witty, the better. Another is to think of some jokes to crack the ice first so that you can think of something. For example, let's say they ask you a question and you don't know the answer. That is the same question that I've been asking for the last 20 years, but I couldn't find an answer. When you remember this line and you say it, you already have enough time to think about what to say. So this is a technique they use. And like I said, you can throw a quotations first or a joke. Like if you talk about friendship, if the topic is about friendship, I would immediately say, a friend not in need is a friend indeed. A friend not in need is a friend indeed. And everybody will be wondering, what am I trying to say? Then I'll say, when you are suffering, when you're in trouble, how many friends are around you? Because to them, they rather not have you as a friend. That's how the world is. Then I can move on to something else. But you see, I've already prepared something in my mind. So mental preparation is important. More than knowing what are the judging criteria for a contest, we also need to prepare certain topics. Topics like success, motivation, inspiration, resilience. All the 10 different topics that were spoken today, you can bring it. If you're talking about World War II, you can say after effects of World War II, after the Second World War, all the colonial powers lost their power hold on the different countries. Country realized that if a small nation like Japan, an Asian country, can conquer another country and even defeat the Western powers, that means we can govern our own countries. And it started with that. And you can say that after the World War, people realized that it's about time we don't go into wars but develop our countries. And there was economic, scientific progress and so forth. And over the, I can't remember how many days, how many years, so many years, there's not been a major world war. There have been wars, but it's not no longer a world war because countries are more interested in peace and developing. And also, as a result of the war, the positive effect is that English became a universal global language because the British colonized so many countries. And even those countries that were not colonized by the British slowly are also adopting English because it has become the language of scientific advancement, business, so forth, and all that. So, the many ways, like I give the example of the elephant, right? Look at the topic, do a mind map. Put the topic in the center. Social, culture, look at the color green. The color green, if I'm a scientist, this is a technique called the eye of expert. Put yourself as the expert. If I am a scientist, I look at the color green as chlorophyll, how it's important to plants, flower. If I'm a child, it's just another color. If I am a painter, it's a cool color. If I'm a nature lover, I love greens. If I'm a housewife, I'll look for vegetables that have a lot of greens in them. And so forth. You can develop in so many areas. So you have a multiple perspective. We cannot have a limited perspective, but a multiple perspective. Like today, when I give the topic of World War II, if you are stumped by the topic, go back and do some research. Ask kids, do some Google, put some ideas together. One thing that I've been doing, and Dr. Surya was able to help me in that, is that we are doing motivational videos. What is the purpose? To give ideas. From motivating people, we've moved on to giving ideas. I've done a number of videos on languages, different topics, so that when you look at that video, you know, yes, if I'm going to talk about language, this is a start. This is how I can start. There's a framework for it, a basic structure. So like that, we need to develop, and you need to read a lot of books. Fiction is for stretching your imagination. Non-fiction is to get ideas. The leaders, the great leaders, speakers like Malcolm Gladwell, when you read their books, they have so many different ideas. A book like Sapiens has three main ideas right at the beginning. He said that over time, that man has conquered poverty. Number of people who are poor has reduced. Number of diseases has reduced. And scientific advances has led to people's lifespan increasing from 40 to 80. And he gives the example of the time of Shakespeare, where people could live until the age of 40. But today we have people living 80 and above. In the second book, Homo Deus, he goes the next step level to give hope to mankind, to say that many scientific discoveries and so forth, man may even live to 120 and beyond. What will only happen is that half of his body will be a robot. But it can be done. So when we read such books, there are many books, Edward de Bono, Tony Buzan. Just look for the best non-fiction books. Read them to get ideas, and each of these ideas can become fodder for your future speeches, food for thought. Jeffrey Archer says he keeps a journal. He writes and keep on writing notes and whatever he observes. One day when he sits and flips back, that's an idea for another short story. Stephen King surrounds his whole house with a lot of objects, and when he looks at certain objects, he gets ideas for his horror movie novels. Any other question?
Yes, sir. I have a question. Like I always have a tendency of approaching the topic with some story. Today's topic also, when I choose about my sons and behavior, but then I'm not sure is this the right technique? Okay, I brought the topic into the act. That's fine. But should I be like give some move out of this acting mode and give a solid conclusion or opening or something like that? Do you think? To be
Every
doing
topic
like
should.
that, especially
You see, it is like almost like watching a Bollywood movie. They bring you from somewhere and then you bring you somewhere else. Normally, they will bring you same to the same place where they started, they will end there. So, depending on the topic, if your topic is something general, then it's crazy. But if it's something serious, talking about success, world economy, and all that, then you have to bring facts and figures, statistics. For example, topic about men are a dying species. I would have brought in statistics about men, the male species, being killed by war, trying to be a brave hero, accident, drinking, drug abuse, statistics on suicide. Men commit suicide higher rate than women. So I have all the evidence. Then I'll say this already shows that male species are slowly dying off. So it is convincing. We are not talking about whether it's correct or not. It's talking about convincing the audience. In table topic contest, don't follow the book. If you know that everyone is talking about COVID-19, don't ever touch that, because if you and someone else talks about COVID-19, both of you are knocked out in the contest. The third person who doesn't talk about COVID-19 but something else, they have the edge. And how do you want to be different? How do you stand out? We have to be different from all the other speakers. So you need to put in a bit of effort to see how can I give my speech differently, something different, twist the way I start it, the way I continue, or the way I end it. Can it be different from others so that it lingers in the mind of the judges? As our club president already said, the person you need to convince is the judges and not the audience. If you can convince the judges, you are the winner. The audience will come back and pat your back and say, that is a wonderful speech I heard 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But if you want to go to the competition, it's judgment. It's judgment, not evaluation. So they are quite merciless in this aspect. Any other question?
Yes, sir. So I am a little curious about this one part of the table topics that you mentioned, right? If you agree, you talk about the pros, merits. If you disagree, talk about the cons and demerits. Now, usually, if there's a controversial topic, let's just say, example, marriage, is it good or bad? Now,
Let me handle it. Marriage is good for those who you are married, because for the first time in your life, you're a man, you learn how to cook, sew and iron clothes, how to take care of someone else. If you are a woman, you got used to a stranger coming to your house and telling you to put his name after your name, to your surname, and you have to conform or adjust to their lifestyle. That's the good thing about the marriage. The bad thing about marriage is that you don't have free time anymore. All your time is spent for your family, your children, your whole life you end up living for them. Do we live for ourselves? That's why some people want to be single or delay their marriage. I want to be a success in my career. I want to be the top in my field. But later, when the biological clock stops ticking, they realize, oh my God, I don't have a successor. I don't have a child. And then what they do is they go and adopt a child. And some then realize that when you're old and your mom and dad has gone off, who's going to take care of you? You can't end up in nursing homes, right? So if you get married, at least there's somebody who will bear up with everything that you do, whether right or wrong, and live with you till the end of your life. So this is how I'm talking about both sides, you see. See, I bring in both sides. You bring in both sides. The reason is that then you can stretch to 2.5 minutes. If you're only talking about one side, the blessings of technology, then you left out one portion. Someone else who talks about the other point and this, has an advantage over you and they will be the winner. That's how it always happens in table topics. Please go to other clubs all across the world and watch how they do table topics, whether it's a contest or not. You learn a lot. After a while, you will go into your mind, okay, this is a way I can follow it. Any other question?
Yes, can I ask? Yeah, so like whenever the topic is presented, so we had been given around 10 seconds or 15 seconds to start with, right? So in that particular duration, what actually we need to think about?
That's what I said. You have to read up about books and ideas and all that. Okay, and so that you have something in your mind to organize. How do you want to start? Okay, let's talk about poverty. The reason why the world, you see some countries poor, is not because the country is poor. It's unequal distribution of wealth. Number one, look at the rich countries, so-called rich countries. They have a lot of wealth. If they can donate some of that money to the poor countries, then you'll have a better place. Look at those people who are millionaires. If they have so much of money, if all of them had contributed 1 million each, we would have found a medicine for COVID-19 much earlier. So like that, you can keep on going, So you have a structure, you can give a structure. Of course, at a table topic session, it's not easy because, especially at a contest, right? Because you're under pressure. But if you have a certain structure, I'll say 1, 2, 3. If you talk about poverty, I have 3 points. Talking about success, I have 3 points. So if you can create a few mind maps at home, success. What are the components of success? Are these the only components of success? Why not? Why must be success? So you have one idea. So the next time you talk, that's how I do for all my speeches. I have a structure in my mind. So I can talk from A to Z. I already have. And then when I read on other people's books, I get ideas from there. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Shall I ask if you give a
Yes.
permission?
Yes,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Okay. So as you have mentioned that if you want to say something about a topic, so you have to first read a book. So as a beginner, if I don't know the knowledge about anything, so which book you will suggest me to read that first?
You go to Google, put for
Yeah.
some, just put famous bestsellers or what, and then you look. It depends on what you interested. Are you interested in books by Tony Buzan? He talks about mind map and all that, or other
Yeah.
famous writers. The library and the bookshop is where you can use as reference. Like I went and read Sapiens and Homo Sapiens, sorry, Homo Deus, because I wanted to get ideas. Then there's a book called The Good Life, books on critical thinking. Books on thinking is very good because they give you a lot of ideas. Analytical thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking. So when you read a few, okay, this is what you mean by creative thinking. This is what you mean by critical thinking, analytical thinking.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, DTM Brahmakumar. I think we can start the other proceedings. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. I hope everyone is getting their seatbelts on for the contest. So I actually forgot the story where I stopped. So, but let me complete the story in a very nutshell. So Hem, after complaining for a longer time, took the journey of searching his own, searching his own cheese. And then it was dark and uncertain. He didn't know whether he'll be getting his cheese or not. But then there was three things that he realized. Change happens in life. They keep moving your cheese. As you go towards a goal, your goal keeps moving away from you. That means your challenge has increased. You need to anticipate the change. Get ready for the cheese to move. You need to actually the way the sniff and curry for sniffing the cheese to check getting hold. So often monitor the change. Smell the cheese often so that you know when it is getting old and it's a time for you to change. Adapt quickly to the change. The quicker you get rid of the old cheese, the sooner you will enjoy the new. So, with this knowledge, he started searching everywhere in the maze and he found out another bunch of cheese station. But then he got not leave his old friend, right? He returned back to him and said, "Hey, Ham, let's go back. Come, I have discovered." But Ham was like, "No, I want the same cheese that was in this station. I love its taste. I can't have a new cheese." That is when, ladies and gentlemen, we should know dare to leave, let go of the people who are not ready to change themselves. Hem realized this. He said bye to his friend, walked back to his cheese station. There he found Sniff and Curry, who were already enjoying their cheese because they didn't apply this common, complex mind, which was thinking of various sophisticated strategy. They had just a simple, do the work, you have your cheese. So, as they say, it is easier said than done. But if you can twist this, it is easier done than easier said. If you just take your mind, just think about the change and be ready for the change. There you are. Your cheese is this. So, before I end with my conclusion, I think we are waiting for the very important session of the whole meeting, that is the feedback session. To lead us through the feedback session, let me call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Suridip. Suridip, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for our phenomenal Toastmaster of the evening, Swarnalatha ma'am. Let's move on straight away. Now, the first is the evaluation section. To evaluate our target speaker, I would like to invite Toastmaster Uma ma'am to the virtual podium. Could you kindly share the evaluation? Virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my target speaker, Dr. Rajeshwari. C.S. Lewis said, "Gratitude leads to the past, love the present, ambition to look ahead." And you gave a beautiful version of gratitude in your speech today. What a speech! Your body language, it's amazing. I was able to see the way you used your hands along with your emotions in words. And the emotions are balanced. What an elucidating speech. It was calm, clear, and serene, like the river flowing. Obviously, when you are listening to some gratitude, you need to have a peace of mind, right? You can't have a jumbled emotions when you are expressing your gratitude. And definitely, your speech had a perfect balance of emotions when you expressed this. And the way you smiled throughout said your emotions were genuine. You were talking from your heart, not from your throat or from your mouth. That was a great thing, the way you said. But even though gratitude completes life, gratitude is like water. When we have too much of gratitude, it will feather emotions. When we don't have gratitude, it will parch us to look for love in our life. You gave your gratitude to everyone around. Any speech, anything definitely need an improvement. Definitely will have a space for improvement. And I have some suggestions for you to improve your speech so that you can polish your speech and shine like a diamond. One thing, the very first thing is greetings is equally important as gratitude, right? Both are G and G. And you kind of see the greetings is missing in your speech. Say, hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. That could have been included in your speech, which would have been more perfect. One other thing I kind of saw is your eye contact was slightly missing. You were often seeing down and looking up in the screen, and again down and looking up in the screen, and that might distract the listeners. So try to maintain a perfect eye contact. And we know that is the most difficult thing in online meetings. Definitely maintaining eye contact in online meetings is like seeing in a mirror and talking. Yeah, we know, but we need it. And emphasis is needed in speech here and there. When we say, when was the last time you said thank you? You could have said, when was the last time you said thank you? That emphasis would have made your speech even more perfect. And you can give breaks here and there. Like once I saw a sign at office. Once I saw a sign at office. That break would create an intriguing factor in his speech. And it's not a lot of news. You get lot of gratitude, lot of news, but little more experiences, stories of you would make like a little bit of spice added in our food, like the spices toppings of pizza. And the end note quoting a title would be a cherry on the top. With these suggestions, definitely you will go and level better the next level in your speech and in your input. Thank you. Over to you, Ginger.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. That was a sensational evaluation. Now let's get on straight away to our tag team. So I would like to very, very quickly invite before we do that, I think we can just take a little quick photo. So I would request everybody to just turn on their cameras. That would really, just 1 second. Yeah. So are we all ready? Just 1 second. Yeah, just give me a pose, people. Yes. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're still waiting. 3, 2, 1, and yeah, perfect. Now let's invite our tag team, the timer. So Toastmaster Pravath, could you kindly bless us with the timer's report? Over to you, sir.
Every speaker spoke so well that they could complete those speeches within the desired times. Dr. Rajeshwari completed the speech in 4 minutes and 15 seconds, while the speech was 3 to 4 minutes. Congratulations to all the speakers. And evaluator TM Uma Maheshwari ma'am completed 3 minutes 53 seconds as against 3 minutes. And all the table topic speakers completed the time within, including the grace period. Uma, pardon me, the name just I have misspelled here. Uma ma'am took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Shonalata ma'am took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Dr. Suryadev took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Jayati Datta took 2 minutes 18 seconds. I took 1 minute 16 seconds. Dr. Rajeshwari took 1 minute 43 seconds. TM Bina and Sriti during this combo took 2 minutes 55 seconds. And TM Philippa took 1 minute and 1 second. Uma Maheshwari, then first one was Uma ma'am. Uma Maheshwari ma'am took 2 minutes 33 seconds, and TM Kadisa took 1 minute 46 seconds, and Mukta ma'am took 1 minute 20 seconds. All of them completed the speeches in the desired time slots. And thank you very much for completing the speeches in the desired time. Over to you, Toastmaster. Generally evaluated, short part.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Pravath. Now let's bring in our grammarian of the evening, Toastmaster Bina Roy, to bless us with the Grammarians Report. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So let me share the screen. Are you able to see? Can you hear me?
Not yet. Yeah, now it's visible, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So it was really wonderful session today. So this is my report. Word of the day used by these speakers, TM Swarnalata, TM Rajeshwari Rapata ma'am, TM Uma ma'am, TM Suryadeep, TM Satya sir, TM Brahma Kumar sir, TM Uma Maheshwari ma'am. These are the words, thoughts, and the quotes which I really found well. TM Suryadeep, I would like to congratulate that the way you use words, it's really wonderful. It was flawless. I have written so many words out here, set the fire on the stage. Especially these are some few common words which I have added. Actually, we don't use them as you have used, but we don't use. Set the fire on the stage, presentation for a preparation for a vision, walks through the fire minutely amidst the fire, absolute fire, impressing unique set of judges, splash of water, was it a dream or reality? So these are the words we should incorporate, the phrases especially. TM Uma Maheshwari ma'am has used frozen, crucial time, gratitude, completes life, shine like a diamond, emphasis. TM Swarnalata ma'am, she has wonderfully narrated the story. I really like that. Cheese and smile is the glue to make your life wonderful. Need to stand up for yourself. Wonderful phrase. Nutshell, changes happen. Smell the change. Adapt quickly to the cheese. Let's go of the people. Complex mind. TM Jayanti Datta. Default, bread and butter, unqualified, incapable. Her expressions were wow, single-handed. TM Rajeshwari Rapata ma'am, incredible, gratitude, charismatic. When student is ready, teacher will appear. Really great, boosting my moral, recessive. TM Prabhat, fantastic, beautiful way of aging. TM Uma Natraj ma'am, ponder, awestruck, digital selling, grateful, comfort of our homes, blessing indeed. TM Satya wonderfully delivered initially when he introduced himself. Smriti, want to be a child forever. The way she has presented, I really liked. And I would like to give huge round of applause because I didn't found any single grammatical error today. Only the thing is general evaluator call me. So it should be general evaluator calls me. Otherwise, it was really wonderful and I congratulate each and everyone. Thank you so much. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bina Roy. Let's give it up for Bina ma'am once again. Amazing. Now coming to the overall report. Let me do it a little quickly. The Sergeant at Arms started the meeting bang on time, explained the rules, brilliantly done. Presiding officer, myself, I took the introductions of the guests and then shared a story. But a feedback for me would be to really make it a little short, crisp, and make sure even if the guest introductions are taken, I need to make sure that I'm following the agenda. So that was overshot. That is something I need to work on. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Sonalata ma'am, phenomenal theme. Oh yeah, apologies. I completely forgot. So sorry. This is the new thing actually. Like I usually like to call the grammarian first, then the counter. So sorry. Let's bring it up. Let's bring up our counter tag team. Satya sir, could you please bless us with the report? Sorry once again.
No issue at all. Just a while. Oh. Yes, let me share my screen. Yes. Show me yes if my screen is visible. Hello?
Not yet, sir. No, we can't see your screen.
Can't see my screen?
Not yet.
I don't know. Is it coming?
No, not yet, Satya sir. Yes, now it is visible. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let me.
Hello. My report is hanged actually. The system is not able to share the screen. Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. You can go ahead with the report.
Yes, I'm just going straight ahead. If it is coming in the middle, it's fine. Otherwise, I'll just iterate verbally. Okay. So we all our brains operate in different speeds. Okay. So few of the great speaker have an amazing speed where they can iterate very well. So while taking this role for the first time, I was just researching, and one strategy which works really wonder is the effective use of pauses. Okay, so pauses can do wonders for you. It will give you that wonderful bit of time, which will help you to gather a rhythm, select the proper words, and do a great speaking. Okay, so we all improve a lot with the feedbacks. So someone called feedback is the breakfast, the breakfast for champions. So today there is some awesome speech, and where I am literally struggling to find any of such crotch and pause fillers. Few of the speakers like TM Toastmaster Suryadeep, Toastmaster Philippa, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari, Toastmaster Kadisha, and Toastmaster Bina. They have not iterated even a single crutch word. Okay, so congratulations to them. And Toastmaster Bina and Toastmaster Smithy in their duo simply rock the stage, and even they have not used even a single one. Others like Toastmaster Prabhat, you have used few of the birds as a repeater word. In the speeches like Toastmaster Mukta, you have used only one Toastmaster Prabhat in the timer report, you have used 7 such of repetitions and filler words. Over to you, General Evaluator and Toastmaster of the day. Sorry
so
for the
much.
technical glitch.
That's absolutely okay. Let's give it up for Satya sir once again. Sensational. Okay, so oh yeah, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about presiding officer is done. Now Toastmaster of the day. So Toastmaster of the day, sensational theme. I love the interaction. I love the metaphors. I love the different stories that you blessed us with. But again, coming to the critical feedback, you see, Toastmaster of the day connects the entire meeting. So right now we're already 8 o'clock. We've already overshot time. So that's why it's always advised to make it short, crisp, effective, interactive. So it's like, I'm going to recommend, let's just say one story, short one activity, one question related to the theme. That's it. Too much of elaboration makes it boring, extends the meeting, just extends its way too much. And of course, the main component of the meeting, the essence of the meeting itself is lost. So that can be worked upon. The timer, again, first of all, I think the counter did mention, I have to work on my fillers once again. The timer, phenomenal. I love the way you presented your speech. A couple of suggestions. Make sure that you are, in the paucity of time, you're making sure that you are just very short, crisp, effective timers report at the end. And you can also make sure that whenever you're sharing the screen, it's better to use a PPT with the different timer cards. And then accordingly, you show it for a few seconds and then take the screen away, because we want the speaker to be the primary focus. Coming to the counter, Satya sir, sensationally done. I loved the detailed description of every single ahs and ums. Of course, the technical glitch I won't even consider. It can happen every now and then. I just have one small suggestion, that when you were presenting your the details of your report, your glasses had that entire light, so we couldn't really see your eyes. So that's just a little thing that can be worked upon. Talking about the grammarian, Bina ma'am, sensational grammarians report. I mean, she's obviously one of the English, literally the teachers in our club. Couple of feedback. First would be the figures of speech. If you can turn your grammarians report into language evaluation, talk us through the different figures of speech being used throughout the club meeting, that would just enhance our learning in terms of our grammar. And then of course, one more add-on, since you did not really have too many not so good usages of grammar, you can also focus on pronunciations. There were certain mispronounced words. I will I will just reiterate a few. Is I am audible? It's supposed to be am I audible? The word is audible and not audible. So these little things can be included in the Grammarians report. Coming to my evaluator of the evening, Uma Maheshwari ma'am, sensational, started with a quote, applauded the speaker, commendation, recommendation, summarization. The recommendation was included along with some demonstration that obviously gives us all an exposure of how the speaker could have done it better. Couple of point of feedback. You have to look into the camera, ma'am, and not towards the speaker. The eye contact was missing. Then what I observed was there were way too many connecting words. Like one sentence was stretched out using a lot of connecting words, which kind of dissolved the essence of your evaluation. You used and, so, but, because numerous number of times. So that can be just worked upon. Just break down your sentences. It makes it more compact. And last thing would be structure. It's like 3 things you liked, 3 things that can be worked upon. If you're writing your notes, pick up the top 3, prioritize, structure it, and then deliver it. That'll just help you if you're participating in a contest. And also another point of recommendation, you are not supposed to introduce the speaker or the title. It's the Toastmaster of the day's job. That also can be worked upon. Now coming to a target speaker, sensational speech. You had great thought-provoking questions. You expressed first the importance of gratitude and then went about thanking. You definitely met the purpose of your project. I also loved the vocal variety that you had as you were describing. You had that energy. A couple of point of work. You have to work on your eye contact, ma'am. I observed that you were looking down and up, down and up. Please maintain the eye contact. It's always appreciated if you can stand and speak. So your camera positioning was more, you were using your cell phone, horizontal, vertical, make it horizontal, put it in a proper structure, like parallel to your shoulders, and then stand and speak. That will definitely enhance your speech. When you are asking a question, use pauses for the audience to really observe and then reiterate what they are trying to think as you are asking the question. Finally, coming to our education speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar sir, what a sensational education session we were blessed with. The best part, it was interactive. It had practical demonstration. Every single type of table topic, he was explaining it to us and making us do. So it picked up and chose people. That was sensationally done. If I have the liberty to give you a couple of feedback, the first would be the energy. So I somehow felt that the voice modulation throughout the education session was a little flat, other than the one odd occasion when you just demonstrated that entire part of the table topic on the voice modulation. That's when you raised up your voice. So throughout an education session, the more interactive we are, the better it can be. And also one more small little suggestion, that I was expecting that because of a person of your stature, I mean, you are an expert in table topics, we all know it. I was expecting that you will have at least 1 point of feedback for the speakers, those who spoke. That would definitely enhance their confidence to the next level, and they would want to take up more table topics. We were expecting that. So overall, a sensational meeting once again, an absolute pleasure and honor. Without taking further time, I'll hand it over straight away to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Swarnalatha. Virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for such an elaborate thing. So I'm taking the clue from our General Evaluator. So let me just give back my idea of the theme. You have to find your own way, beyond your comfort and past your fears. No one else can do it for you or talk on you. You have to see the advantage of changing yourself. So ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have sniff, curry, ham, and hem in us? The story I picked up is from a small little book which says, "Who Moved My Cheese?" from Spencer Johnson. He has to take the credit. So from this, I'm closing, and I with a thought that please move beyond your comfort zone. And now I would like to hand over the virtual stadium to our president, Mr. Suryadeep, Toastmaster Suryadeep. The virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Swarnalatha ma'am, everyone. It was a great session again. And as we all know, I mean, first of all, I have to tell you, after a long time, I heard somebody addressing me as Mr. Suryadeep. I'm so used to the Dr. Suryadeep or Toastmaster Suryadeep. Thank you for that. Okay. Absolutely amazing session. I would straight away get into the feedback while we are getting the results, which Swarnalata ma'am will be texting me on personally in the chat, and we'll be announcing the results. So let's first hear it from our distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar sir, to bless us with the feedback of your experience being here. Brahma Kumar sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here and share my knowledge. Yesterday I had my COVID-19 booster shot, so maybe that's why the energy level was low. I actually was thinking of whether to give feedback or not, but I wasn't sure whether we had enough time or not. Maybe next time, if we have another session, I'll arrange with the Toastmaster of the day to see whether I can put in 1 or 2 comments in between. But I did give some comments here and there. But I think what I wanted is more of a spontaneous effort by everyone to come forward to speak, rather than me interacting with comments here and there. It's like what you said, like, as you become a bit more uh, conversant with different kind of people, you tend to talk. You want to talk less and let them talk more, so that we can listen more and absorb more. So that was my point for maybe having a toned down session today. Apart from that, I really like the all the speakers taking the opportunity to come forward and speak, including those who are not from India. Very nice of you to try it out. The only way to improve a table topic is to try it out each time. You may say the right thing, you may say the wrong thing. It doesn't matter. It's important is to attempt it. I felt the speakers today actually prepared the prepared speeches and spoke well. The evaluation was quite good, except for some areas where you said as the G that they could improve. Yes, I do agree that the grammarian should have focused on some figures of speech, because that will give us some ideas on what does it mean. For example, if I say he cried versus he bled buckets of tears, the word bled has a stronger meaning, and why. Then when you can explain that this is a certain literary device known as a metaphor, then everyone learns and say, oh, next time this is the sort of things that we should use in our words. But of course, it was also good of her to identify the good words, the wonderful usage of words by some of the speakers, and those words add color to our speeches. We are not giving a school or news report, we are giving a speech, and words add color to it. Just like voice, body language, words are also important. The right words can turn the mind in the right direction. They give this wonderful experience example of two people going to pray. One said, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail. And the other one said, I want to pass, I want to pass. So they're asking God for help. So the person who said, I want to pass is the one who actually passed, because the focus was on the positive words. Pass, 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 pass. So in the same way, if you tell yourself, I will win, 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 I'll create magic for speak magic and win at the championship all the way to the district, it has and will happen. And you have a wonderful leaders here, apart from Suryadeep, because for a president to come and tell all of you go and I will be behind you, it's really sensational. And that also shows his humility, that he's willing, even though he is now so famous as a TED speaker and more as time goes on, he's still willing to come down and help you all climb up and be on the same level as him or even further. So that's how true leaders are. It's always like, when you pluck a blade of grass, not only the grass will come with you, a hand. There'll be grains of sands and even the roots. So when we go up and we bring others together with us, when we elevate ourselves, those below us or those who are under us in the sense that we are their leaders, they will also go up. And then when they go up, they'll say, okay, it was because of him I became here. So that's how you keep a legacy for yourself in the future. Wonderful meeting. I hope I can come for more sessions and do find ways to come to other clubs, even my club, and show your talent as a evaluator, speaker, table topic master, and so on. Back to you, club president.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar sir. I mean, it's always amazing when you see someone of his stature to really visit our club and of course bless us with something, I mean, priceless, isn't it? I mean, what a session it was. Sensational, sir. Okay, let's hear it from Toastmaster Jayati. Ma'am, your experience, could you kindly share?
I loved it over here. I just came back from my workplace and I was so hungry. I was munching on something. I had decided I'm going to attend. And of course, the cherry on the cake was distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar. Thank you so much, all of you. And all of you are so good in whatever you all are doing. Thank you so much for accommodating me.
Thank you, ma'am. The pleasure and honor is all ours. I mean, what a sensational table topic you blessed us with. I mean, we were just awestruck completely. Amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part. And we're looking forward to have you in our future meetings as well. Let's hear it from our visiting Toastmaster, Uma Maheshwari, ma'am. Could you please bless us with the feedback?
Thank you, Suryadeep sir, for this, and Swarnalata ma'am for this wonderful opportunity to join your club. This is the second time I'm visiting Speak Magic. Last time I was here when Beena Roy ma'am and Navamita Sarkar ma'am was giving their speech. It was a wonderful the way you conducted the speech and everything. Even last time, this time it was totally professional. And the way you encourage the guests to participate, be a part of this meeting, the way you talk to them, give the feedback to them, it proves that you listen to them. It proves that you listen to each and every one of the person who is speaking over here. You make it very easy for them to get gel with you guys. Sorry for the background noise. Gel with you guys. And I definitely love coming back to Speak Magic for the second time. And I'm looking forward to meet you guys once again in future as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uma, ma'am. We are so blessed, seriously. And your evaluation was sensational. I'm sure Rajeshwari, ma'am, would really appreciate the sensational evaluation. We are looking forward to having you more often in our club as well. So I think the results are now ready. So I'm going to request Swarnalata, ma'am, to share the certificates. Yeah, so let's get on. Yeah, we have a certificate of it's like a token of love from us to distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar sir. Please accept our very humble token of love for the sensational session. We really love you, Brahma Kumar sir. Yeah. Okay, moving further. Okay, Swarnalata ma'am is sharing individualized certificates. So yeah, so multiple accolades. Again, if you observe this, people, Brahma Kumar sir is a triple DTM. He just got 3 certificates just now. That's how the magic of Toastmasters work, right? So 3 certificates of excellence for our dynamic BK sir. Yeah, Swarnalata ma'am, if there's a technical glitch, you can, yeah. Okay, we're waiting. There you go. Yes. So the best primary role player. Okay. It's our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Swarnalata ma'am. Congratulations. Wow. It feels so good to see my signature there and Swarnalata ma'am's signature there. Sensation. Okay. Best auxiliary role player, our grammarian Toastmaster Beena ma'am. Congratulations, ma'am. And then we have the best prepared speaker, of course, Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rappata. Congratulations on your win. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. Congratulations, ma'am. And thank you so much as well for blessing us with your presence. Most best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Swarnalata once again. I mean, did we have any doubts? Which just means that we all have to pull up our socks because she's preparing very hard for the contest, I'm sure. Okay, do we have any more certificates? No, that's it, right? Okay, yeah, guest. Okay, yes, we have Toastmaster Jayati Datta as the best table topic speaker under the guest category of visiting Toastmasters category. Congratulations, ma'am. I'm sure we all have, you just enthralled us all with that sensational table topics. That brings us to the end of the awards section. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for those of you who are here. Well, finally, as we all know, the meeting number 167 comes to an end. That doesn't mean that we stop here. It just gives us another reason to join the next week. And I'm going to expect each and every one of you to join once again. So always just keep this in mind. In the Toastmasters, it's all about taking those little steps every single day. Now, this month will be my 1 year into the Toastmasters. The amount of growth has been massive, but it's not just about the amount of growth. It's about the kind of time, effort, energy that you put in. And the fact that we are all here, we are all celebrating, it just shows that we really believe in it. So can we just have a huge round of applause for ourselves as well, as I declare, yeah, just unmute yourself and just applaud to yourself as we declare the meeting number 167 of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club as closed. We are open for another couple of minutes for some informal chit chat, but right now the